Today's lesson is called Britney Spears, the Princess of Pop. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
I am Roger, and the subject for today's lesson is a pop singer by the name of Britney Spears. Maybe you've heard of her. I seem to remember her being on the radio several years ago, so I guess she is continuing to be popular. And because she has sold so many hit songs around the world for so long, we are referring to her as the Princess of Pop.
So you're saying she's not really a princess?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. She is not the princess of England or of Denmark or of Japan, but she's very popular in pop music, so she is sometimes referred to as the Princess of Pop.
Yeah, sometimes you can say that a very popular and important figure of something is royalty. But here, Britney Spears isn't part of the royal family of any country. We're saying that she's extremely important when it comes to popular music, okay? And she's still a young lady, not as young as she once was, so we're calling her the Princess of Pop. You can also say that she's pop royalty. And now that we've gotten this all straightened out, we can go ahead and take a break. But when we come back, we'll start talking about Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, the Princess of Pop. Britney Spears may be known as the Princess of Pop, but life hasn't always been a fairy tale for her. Over her 20-year career in entertainment, she's had to overcome some serious struggles.
大家好，今天第一个单字我们看到的是 career。这个字当作名词，代表生涯或是职涯或是事业的意思。那我们来看个例句。William had a long career working for the government tax office. William 已经在政府的税务机关工作很久了。此外，我们还可以说 Students should consider seriously about their careers before entering university. 学生进大学前应该认真考虑他们的职业生涯。下一个我们看到的单字是 entertainment. 这个名词有娱乐表演活动的意思。所以我们可以说 For entertainment,The children took turns telling scary stories. 孩子们为了消遣，轮流说恐怖故事。再来，我们看到的单字是动词 overcome， 代表克服或是战胜的意思。例如 If you want to travel the world, you must overcome your fear of flying. 如果你想要环游世界，就必须克服飞行的恐惧。或者我们也可以说 After being sick for many weeks, Trent finally overcame his illness.Trent 在生病好几个星期后，终于战胜病魔。
Okay, let's talk about Britney Spears, the Princess of Pop. No, it's not K-pop. It's not J-pop. It's just simply pop music from the United States or from Western countries. Now, here in the first paragraph, it says, Britney Spears may be known as the Princess of Pop, but life hasn't always been a fairy tale for her. So here it doesn't mean that she could be known as the Princess of Pop if she wanted to. She has permission for that. That's not quite what it means. It means it could be true that she is the Princess of Pop. Yes, most people agree with that, but still, even though that is true, her life hasn't always been really smooth. It hasn't been a fairy tale, which of course refers to children's stories about dragons and princesses and knights and damsels in distress, and they're always saved by the handsome prince. So in fairy tales, everything is wonderful.
So this is a very interesting sentence construction. So Britney Spears may be known as the Princess of Pop. People call her this. They call her pop royalty. But even though this is a case, life hasn't always been a fairy tale for her. Life hasn't always been smooth sailing for her, so she's had her share of problems. Unlike people in fairy tales, like princesses, who usually have charmed existences. Yes, very often, fairy tales end by saying, and they lived happily ever after. They were happy for the rest of their lives. Well, Britney Spears is at peace now, but her life wasn't always easy. I actually remember some of her struggles. She was going through one of her down periods when I was in college quite a long time ago, but this is all in the past. Anyways, let's move on. Next, it says, over her 20-year career in entertainment, she's had to overcome some serious struggles. So these weren't simple run-of-the-mill difficulties. She did have some serious problems or some serious struggles, so she had to overcome some stuff. By the way, if you overcome something, you successfully deal with a tough situation. You successfully handle a tough or a difficult situation. And yeah, overcoming something is like defeating something or beating something, or if I were feeling fancy, it's like prevailing over something. And usually when you overcome something, you don't really have to go over it, okay? You don't need to be literal as far as this word is concerned, overcoming. Anyways, you could say something like this. After years of struggling, Roger finally overcame his addiction to onion rings.
To onion rings or to cigarettes or to painkillers or whatever. Yes, you can overcome an addiction, or you can overcome your addiction to video games or whatever. In this particular case, though, she had to overcome some struggles that were very difficult, and this happened over her 20-year career, which is your job that you've trained for. Usually by studying in university, you might pursue a career in medicine, for example, if you want to be a doctor. Her career, however, is in entertainment. You know, being a pop singer, an actress, an actor, or a producer or a director.
There you go. Now, for example, Roger here. Roger once had an illustrious career in the onion ring industry. Yes, he was onion ring royalty. It's a true story, everyone. That's why Roger still enjoys onion rings with his afternoon tea. Anyways, we're talking about entertainment. This one's simple. Entertainment is just something that brings fun and enjoyment to other people. So entertainment or forms of entertainment can be shows, performances, events, concerts, etc. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Ever since she was a child, Spears has had a passion for performing. At the age of 11, she landed a role on Disney Channel's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club, which helped launch her career. However, Spears' real passion was music. She turned her focus to singing and released her first single, Baby One More Time, at just 16 years old. The catchy song and its music video made Britney a star overnight.
第二部分我们看到的单字是 launch， 这个动词有展开事业、行动等或是发动战争的意思。例如，要开始一个新事业，经常需要一大笔钱。英文可以这么说 It usually takes a large amount of money to launch a new business. 此外，我们还可以说 The company launched a new toy right before Christmas, and it sold very well in December and January. 那个公司在圣诞节前发行一个新玩具，然后在12月和1月卖得很好。接下来我们看到的单字是副词 overnight， 代表突然或是一夕之间的意思。例如The hit movie made the young director an overnight success. 这部热门电影让这位年轻导演一步登天。
Let's move on now to the next paragraph, everybody. The next part of our lesson. It says, ever since she was a child, Spears has had a passion for performing. So starting when she was a kid, she has always had this passion, this love, this drive for performing. So yes, maybe when she was very, very young, she wanted to be in front of everybody. She wanted to be in the spotlight. She wanted to be the center of attention. Ever since that time when she was a little girl, she had this passion, this love for being a performer.
There you go. Get this. Her career started extremely young, okay? She did want to become a performer since she was a child, and then at the age of 11, she got her big break. She became a professional performer at age 11, yes. She landed a role on Disney Channel's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club, which helped launch her career. And I believe if you go back and you watch these old shows, like some of the people on these shows are now very famous now. I believe that Ryan Gosling was on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club, as was Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and others as well. And apparently this show, it really helps to launch people's careers. Anyways, here, when we're using the word launch again, we're not being literal. Here, we are not sending a rocket into space or anything like that. Here, if you launch something, you kind of start that thing. You get that thing going in the right direction. So this helped to launch her career. It got her career off on the right foot.
Right. Launch can also be a noun. We're going to have the new product launch next week, for example, but here launch is being used as a verb. Again, it just started her career when she was on this TV show, the all-new Mickey Mouse Club, M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. I'm only familiar with the older one. In any case, that started her career. However, Spears' real passion was music. So yes, she liked the exposure, she liked being popular as an actress, but she really wanted to sing and perform. That was her real passion, the thing that she loved the most.
Exactly. Her real passion was music, and get this, she turned her focus to singing and released her first single, Baby One More Time, at just 16 years old. And I remember this song. I wasn't really a big fan of hers, but this song became instantly popular. Its video, I believe, was extremely popular as well. Anyways, it says here that she turned her focus to singing, and then she released her first single. Okay, now here the verb release is similar to the word publish. Okay, if you publish a book or a magazine, you kind of put that on newsstands or in bookstores so that the public can purchase that thing. Now, you don't really publish songs or you don't publish albums of music. Usually you release these things. Yes, in the world of music, when a band, let's say, releases an album, this band puts a new album out for sale to the public. So here, Britney Spears, she made an album. There was a song on that album that she released as a single. What does that mean? It means that she put it out there on the airwaves so that people in the public could hear it, and then she also put that on a disc or on a tape so that people could go to music stores and buy it. Now, I think nowadays the hip kids say that a song or an album drops. And I think that's the same as saying that a song or an album gets released. It gets dropped or it gets released.
Right. People, of course, listen to music on the internet more often, but in the old days, records were released. Like way back in 1967, the Beatles released their landmark album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So in any case here, yes, she released her first single, which we've mentioned, Baby One More Time, and she was only 16 years old. Sweet 16. Now, the catchy song and its music video made Britney a star overnight. So the night before the song was released, she was a nobody. Nobody had heard of her. But the next day, millions of people had heard this song, and she was an overnight sensation. She was a star overnight, and there was no turning back. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson for today. Let's now move on to the third part.
While Spears was enjoying continued success in her career, she faced personal problems. Just 2 years after marrying her backup dancer, Kevin Federline, and having 2 sons with him, she faced a difficult divorce followed by a custody battle over her sons. She ended up having a very public breakdown, during which she shaved her head in front of paparazzi. Most people thought Spears' career was done for then, but the singer wasn't ready to give up.
第三部分我们看到的单字是 breakdown， 这个名词有精神崩溃或是汽车机器故障的意思。例如，因为无法承担压力，所以 Alan 的精神崩溃了。英文可以这么说 ：After failing to face the pressure, Alan had a breakdown。今天最后一个单字我们看到的是名词 paparazzi， 代表狗仔队的意思。所以我们可以说 The celebrities and paparazzi have a love and hate relationship。名人和狗仔队有着又爱又恨的关系。
All right, Britney Spears is known as the Princess of Pop, but her life wasn't always easy. Okay, it says here that life wasn't always a fairy tale for her, or it hasn't always been a fairy tale for her. And right before the break, we were talking about her early success. She was on top of the world there, but just as she was starting to get really super successful, bad things started to happen to her. Yes, while Spears was enjoying continued success in her career, she faced personal problems. Oh no, I think soon we're going to be talking about one Kevin Federline.
I wouldn't know that, but in any case, just 2 years after marrying her backup dancer, Kevin Federline. Oh, now I know. That's the backup singer here whom she married. But after 2 years of marrying him, or being married to him and having 2 sons with him, she faced a difficult divorce, which was followed by a custody battle over her sons. First of all, we should talk about this Kevin Federline. He was a backup dancer, okay, which means during her shows, she had the regular dancers, but then she had some backup dancers or substitute dancers that would come out in case the main dancers got sick or if they fell down during a dance performance and broke their leg or something like that. These backup dancers would come out and take over so the show could go on.
Yeah, and she fell in love with this guy and started a family with this guy, but he turned out to be a real loser, okay? And I don't mean to be mean, but he was just not a really great guy. He wasn't good for her, and he was kind of the beginning of her downfall there. Yes, she married the guy. Apparently, she did love him, but it ended in divorce. This marriage ended in divorce, and there was a bad custody battle over the sons. Yes, Kevin wanted to keep the sons, but Britney wanted them too, so they fought and fought and fought in court over this. And this was very stressful for Britney Spears. And yes, she ended up having a very public breakdown, during which she shaved her head in front of paparazzi, in front of the press. And most people thought Spears' career was done for then, but the singer wasn't ready to give up.
That's right. She had this breakdown. She was doing crazy things in front of other people. You could have a nervous breakdown, too, like my parents' friend who used to be a pilot. After he quit being a pilot, he had a nervous breakdown. He just could not get used to retired life. But in this particular case, she had a breakdown. She shaved her hair off, all the hair off of her head. in front of those nasty reporters, those reporters that run after people to try to get their pictures and stuff like that. Now, most people thought Spears' career was done for then. They thought it was finished. She thought she was washed up. She was through. But the singer wasn't ready to give up. She had this dream since she was a kid, and she wasn't going to let a little public breakdown stop her. She made another comeback, and the rest is history. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点，读到课文第二部分的第一句。 Ever since she was a child, Spears has had a passion for performing. 小甜甜布兰妮从小就热爱表演。那这边要介绍的是 ever since 的用法。 Ever since 表示从此之后，从此以后一直怎么样。那它在课文里面是当连接词，后面接着一个子句。那它常常会搭配的主要子句是用完成式。举例来说 He's wanted to be an astronaut ever since he was a child. 他从小就一直想要成为太空人。好，另外 ever since 它也可以摆在句尾来表达说此后，从此。那在这个用法里面 since 它是当时间副词，然后用 ever 来强调。例如 He joined the company at 27 and has been there ever since. 他27岁进入那间公司，那之后就一直待在那里工作了。读到下一句 At the age of 11, she landed a role on Disney Channel's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club. 在11岁时，他得到迪士尼频道这个全新米老鼠俱乐部的一个角色。好，句子里面的 land 在这边是当动词哦，它表示获得、得到。land 当这个意思来解释时，它后面常常会接一个工作或是职位。那像课文里面的 land a role 是指得到一个角色，赢得一个角色。我们来造个例句 She landed a job at a top law firm. 她在一间顶尖律师事务所得到一份工作。好，顺便补充一下 land 当动词还可以表达致使某人陷入某种情况。我们可以用 land somebody in something 来表达让某人陷入或是落入什么样的情况啊状态，像是 His arrogant attitude will land him in trouble someday. 他那傲慢的态度迟早有一天会让他惹上麻烦。好，课文最后一句提到说 Most people thought Spears' career was done for then, but the singer wasn't ready to give up. 大部分的人都以为小甜甜布兰妮的事业完蛋了，但是这名歌手他还没有准备放弃。句子里面的 be done for 就是口语用法，就类似中文的死定了，像网友说的 GG 了。好，那这个用语呢，它是表达说一定会失败啊，完蛋了，或者是指陷入困境、陷入麻烦，意思跟 be in trouble 很相近。举例来说 If the teacher finds out that you cheated on the test, you're done for. 如果老师发现你考试作弊啊，你就完蛋了。好，另外 be done for 还可以表达必死无疑，像是 When we heard the gunshot, we thought he was done for. 当我们听到枪声的时候，还以为他死定了，以为他一定被杀死了。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Career. Mary is studying for a career in law. Entertainment. Trevor worked in the entertainment industry for 2 decades.
Overcome. Sue overcame her fear of dogs by volunteering at a shelter.
Launch. Kelly never forgot the people who helped launch her acting career. Release. The studio decided to release the movie next spring. Overnight. Success does not come overnight. It takes years of hard work and some luck.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.